We're talking about mastering money for my legacy. However, me and my girlfriend, we were bouncing ideas, and she was like, "Janice, that name is too long, so I have to change it, and I'm changing it to growing generational wealth because we kind of bounce ideas at each other. Basically sum it up through 3 words, 4 words or less, preferably 2 words if you can. But I couldn't get the 2 words. You can't do generational wealth because it's just so everybody uses that. So I'm changing the name to growing generational wealth. I wanted building, but I think I like growing better because growing takes finesse. Okay. And I was raised on sort of a farm, and there were some fruits could grow in some places that couldn't grow in the other places. But anyways, so now it's growing generational wealth. It's shorter and more snapper. So good morning. Happy Thursday. Thank you guys for those comments. Listen, y'all, I was reading this article this morning about a husband that lost $100,000 of his family wealth. Everything they had. They were broke. And you know what the sad thing is? The wife didn't know. She didn't know about it. She had a hands-off relationship with the money. Hands off. The devil is a lie. This is why she lost $100,000. How you lose $100,000 out of your bank account, ma'am? And you didn't know, you didn't check, you didn't get no alerts, nothing. This man was able to spend a whole $100,000. Lost it without you knowing. Girl, I had to stand up and sit up in the bed because I just could not believe it. So we're going to read it that and talk about that this morning. Thank you for those comments on that employee that fired 900 people. Do you see why you need an emergency fund? And for God's sake, please have several accounts. So, y'all crooked husbands or whoever don't spend all the money. Be sure to subscribe. I love you. Thank you for those of you who are supporting my multiple streams of income, which is my favorite thing to do is write. I want to spend all of my time writing. I still have a 9 to 5, but I'm also writing. But my dream is to write full time. Okay. So let's go ahead and read this, girl, and see how we can better adjust, because this should not happen. I just could not believe. This article is on love what matters. So her husband says, I lent a friend money. It's gone. I started to feel ill. She says, turns out my husband hadn't lent the money. Ooh, child. And it said, let me tell you, honey, let me read it. Our weekend has been a whirlwind with kids' activities, the date night for us, and the usual weekend chores. It was normal for us, though. This was how we'd done life for as long as either of us could remember. We were good at it, too. From outside, we had our life together and were cruising through life with relative ease. Sure, we hit bumps along the way, but we were the couple that others wanted to be. We met challenges together. We were generally on the same page. And even after a decade together, we had only ever had one major fight. I thought we were among the lucky ones, the ones who find their perfect match in life and build a strong, happy existence together. I was right. We were. But unknown to me, there was also a dark underside to our marriage I was not aware of. How many of y'all know you need to be aware, okay? Ladies, wives, y'all need to stay in the face of God, because if he's out there doing something that you don't know, let me tell you, the Holy Spirit will show you and reveal it to you. So she says, I walked into the living room with a fresh beer in hand while finishing up a phone call and sat down on the love seat across from the sofa where my husband laid. I was ready to relax, to watch a show and make our way to bed to be ready for the upcoming week. As soon as my eyes looked up at him on the couch, however, I knew something was wrong. Oh, my computer's went all the way back up. mm, mm, mm. He wasn't relaxed and waiting for me. He was tense and had his hands covering his face. I could tell something major was bubbling at his surface and about to change our lives in some facet. I ended my call quickly, took a long sip of my beer, and took a deep breath before asking, "Is everything okay?" I was not prepared for all that came next. He says, "I lent a friend some money and it's gone." Woo, child, we're not getting it back. The words escaped from between his hands, his eyes still covered and unable to look at me. I was frozen. This was not like him. How much money? My heart was racing as I was trying to gauge the level of devastation we are facing. 5,000 high. He says higher. Walk around the chair. Breathe, Janice, breathe. Oh my God. He barely managed words. She says 10,000, 25, 50. Walk around the chair, child. Go outside and take some fresh air. My guesses climbed each time he shook his head no, and I started to feel ill. I couldn't wrap my head around how this much money could have made it out of our house without me noticing, or how we were even managing to live at this point. We're broke. We're $100,000 in debt. Ho, ho, ho. Ooh, I need a brown paper bag. I need a brown paper bag. I need a brown. Girl. Just get that. Oh my God. We're broke. We're $100,000 in debt. We can't pay it back. I excused myself to the bathroom where I began vomiting and hyperventilating. I wasn't sure what to do. I was mad he did this without talking to me. Confused as to why, scared about what this meant, ashamed we were going to have to lose our comfortable life, and just plain shocked. I splashed cold water on my face, dried it off, and reminded myself in the mirror that I needed to get the facts. When I returned to the room, I thought we were at rock bottom so we could start sorting things out, but I was wrong. Get the bag. Get the bag, get the bag. Over the rest of that evening, I would learn that my husband had not lent a friend money. He had sent it to an online cam girl that he had forged some kind of twisted relation with over the previous 6 months. Get the bag, get the bag, get the bag, get the bag. Get the bag, girl, get the bag. I would divorce this mother. You hear me? Let me tell you. Woo! Girl, read it. Oh my God, oh my God. I had never heard of a cam girl before, so in case you are not versed in this, it's online prostitution paid to do X-rated things and to have cyber video sex with strangers. I would find out in the days following that he is a porn addict and has been since before he met me. Did you ask him this when you was dating? Did you ask him this when you was asked them? Are you addicted to porn? Are there any addictions, right? Ask in front of the marriage counselor. Ask him, what do you want in the bed? Because some of these men might want you to do some stuff that you're not open to. You know, like threesomes and all. Oh, girl, let me read on. I Lord Jesus. Video sex with strangers. I would find out in the days found that he is a porn addict and has been since before he met me. I immediately regretted my hands-off approach to our findings. I had no idea what was going on. Ain't no hands-off approach when it comes to your future. None. I sat stunned, staring at him as he laid on the couch across from me, crying into his hands. I wanted to destroy him and love him all at the same time. Love, get out. We talked into the night with all my fears and insecurities growing as I learned more about this other woman. She is beautiful, thin, young, while I looked at my average middle-aged body and quickly felt a wave of inferiority shift over me. I couldn't compete. We could blame him. Who could blame him? I was mad at him. No, she's blaming herself. Hating myself and disappointed in us both. I felt sick and sweaty at the thought of him sharing himself with her, sobbing most nights and begging God to make it all stop. I stopped eating, barely slept, and fell into a deep depression. Everything seemed like a bad dream, and I felt like life was moving in slow motion. So I tried to navigate through. To his credit, my husband has accepted full responsibility for all of this from day one, had supported all my efforts to heal me regardless of the outcome for us. Thankfully, the loans and credit cards he ran up were all in his name. So my husband filed for bankruptcy on his own, and we are able to keep our home without me being impacted or a part of his filing. Fixing the money was actually the easy part. I dove headfirst into therapy and books. I talked for hours on end and journaled every feeling I had. I wanted all of it out of my body and off my mind, as if that will somehow make the hurt disappear. See how she's the one doing all the work. This is what naked wives do. Okay? He cheat, he beat you, he do all of this, and you're going to therapy and you're doing the work. And you think by doing the work, you're going to fix him. Woo, girl, let me tell you. My husband, no. Don't put me and my kids in jeopardy, honey. Okay, let me read a little bit. I started to see that while his actions were not my fault at all, my response to hating myself, falling into depression, self-loathing was being fed by far more than just his transgression. The best advice I got that I believe is vital for anyone in this crisis came from Glennon Doyle Melton in her book, Love Warrior. I ain't gonna be no warrior, baby. I'm sorry. She said, no, not to make a major life decision in the middle of an emotional crisis. I do agree. I vowed to myself that I was going to take the time to love me before making a decision. I started my blog to keep getting my ideas and filling out my body, which has created a small online support system. I have found purpose and growth in helping other women sort through their feelings while I also work through I pray for them, talk with them, and sometimes just cry with them. It's freeing to express what I'm feeling without worry. Others would feel. I am finally being honest with myself. I found a woman yoga class and began to find so much peace every time I roll my mat, surrounded by women who all love on one another. Feeling my body move in peace. Okay, where's the part that you're divorcing? That's the part I want. I changed my inner voice to the loving voice. So we started building back up. And the devil is a lie. We started building back up. I focused on my writing and yoga along with being present with him. Honey. I have surrounded myself with truth. We make sure our life has more date. No, divorce. Get rid of him. No, ma'am. See, she's the one doing all the work. This is what wives do. When he's the one that committed the crime, you try to fix him by fixing you. The devil is a lie. Through many hard, long conversation arguments, we found that we need together in our own. Today is the 1-year anniversary of the day my life fell apart. I woke up next to my husband, who is flawed yet honest and has shown me much patience. I drank my coffee, met my friends for breakfast. Now I am curled up with my favorite quilt, sharing a bit of my journey, smiling. Life is better, child. Bye. Goodbye. Goodbye. Okay, what y'all think about that? Naked wife, honey. Okay. Ladies, there are no hands-off approach. You need to sit down. You need to watch the money, see what's going on. Don't the credit card come to the house? What you using your credit card on? My husband and I, we both have separate credit cards, but I have a 0% interest on one of my cards. So that's the card we use. So there should be no bills coming here. And ladies, you cannot have a hands off when it comes to your money. Absolutely not. You must have hands on. You need to know what's going on. You need to check the bank. Don't y'all get alerts when the bank swipe your card? Well, like she said, it's his let me know, child. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't. My husband already know, honey. You're not gonna put me in my kids. The devil is a lie. But anyways, I got to go, girl. I'm doing my mammogram today. If you haven't had your mammogram, go ahead and get it. Thank you for your love and support with my extra stream of income. I absolutely adore you. I have to change the name of this channel. But I think it's, it's a little, I prefer the other one, but I see what my girlfriend is saying. All right. Love you. I have to go. Bye.